Hello fellow football connoisseurs and welcome back to the Quick Take. Lots of news to get into today as Chelsea face Leeds in the FA Cup final. No, it's not the final. It would be nice to be in another final, but I doubt we'll be getting there anytime soon. Wembley will evade us for a while, I feel. We have some news regarding Ruben Amorim, of course, linked to Chelsea yesterday. An update regarding Julian Nagelsmann, Xabi Alonso. We have a crazy story regarding Mudryk apparently crying on the way to Chelsea. We'll get into that in just a second. Also, updates regarding goalkeepers. More wonder kids signing for Chelsea and a special scouting operation going on in Portugal. But first, if you don't know already, I'm running a giveaway with OwnASaber.com. We're at 15,000 subscribers. I'm giving away 3 King of London lightsabers. All you need to do to enter is subscribe to the channel and then check the pin comment down below to enter. Right, starting off with the exciting Ruben Amorim news. This coming in from the byline, of course, Alex Goldberg's podcast. Pretty reliable. He does have sources. Ruben Amorim is Chelsea Football Club's dream target. The next manager will be hired using and based on data. Interesting. I wonder what kind of data they be looking into when looking to hire a new manager. Is it going to be number of wonder kids developed per season per 90 in the 75th percentile, or is it going to be like points per game? Is it going to be shouts per 90? I don't know what is going to be. Hopefully it's points per game, and hopefully they're looking at more in terms of what they've achieved. I think the two front runners are Robert De Zerbi and Ruben Amorim, and I think Chelsea needs someone who's actually won something. Again, Robert De Zerbi, he's done well at Brighton, he plays nice football, but look at what Ruben Amorim's done at Sporting. He's won them, I think it was his first full season. Again, won them their first league title in 19 years. He's won Manager of the Month awards. I've already gone over this in another video, but Ruben Amorim very high on Chelsea's list. We also have an update regarding Christopher Nkunku. Now, of course, Christopher Nkunku has been mentioned quite a lot during the season as almost like a barrier between Pochettino getting sacked and him not getting sacked, because the owners were apparently waiting for Nkunku to come back because Poch sees a lot in him, and they think that the entire team can transform with Nkunku in the attack. Well, Nkunku's now out again, injured. Apparently he picked up an injury against Liverpool in the final. Just unfortunately, he didn't have a great game either, so he had a terrible performance, and then he gets injured. So fantastic. All the luck is coming towards Chelsea at the moment, especially with this news update here. This coming in from Paul Joyce, reported by the Anfield Sector. Xabi Alonso is the front runner for the Liverpool job. However, Ruben Amorim will likely be interviewed by FSG, and that is not the only news coming in from Liverpool today. I don't want to dwell on it because, of course, it's not Chelsea news, but I think it's incredible. No, it's not incredible. I think it's important to highlight what they're doing. Breaking: Michael Edwards wants full control over Liverpool's footballing operations to consider a return. FSG are ready to put Michael Edwards in charge of the club in an attempt to lure him back. This is how you run a club successfully. You target the best and you put the best people in charge of the footballing operations. Michael Edwards is one of the best people in his sector out there available. We obviously tried. He didn't want to return. I doubt if we did bring him in, he would have inherited the same amount of power, although I think he was offered CEO of football role at Chelsea at one point. But this just goes to show how it's done. And Liverpool have been very successful over the years. Yes, they've had to compete against Manchester City, but in that time, they still won a league title. They still won a Champions League title as well. So they have been successful. You know, League Cups, FA Cups, they've done a lot. And I think if we want any chance of returning to the promised lands, then it would be wise. It would be wise for Todd Boehly and specifically Bedad Eghbali and Clear Lake Capital to look at what Liverpool are doing look at what FSG are doing at Liverpool and the way they're operating things and the elite people they're putting in charge of the footballing business and the elite targets they're looking at as manager. Xabi Alonso best out there. It would have been very difficult for Chelsea to get him, of course, dream target, but that is the Liverpool news done. Then we have this coming in from The Athletic, reported by Team News and Tix. Some may think that's a poor source, but they're actually quite good for Arsenal news, unfortunately, for this. Mudryk was in tears on the phone to Arsenal, asking them to do something as he was on his way to the airport. Obviously not the kind of news you want to hear. And then we also had this: Mudryk still has admirers at Arsenal and believe his audacious talent can be unlocked. Mudryk is a really interesting one. I really do like him. I think given the right manager, given the right time, I think he could explode into a fantastic player and an incredibly gifted left winger. The only problem is he's not getting that time to develop, and when he is playing, he's playing poorly. He's losing possession. He did score a good goal against Arsenal, and we've had glimpses of what Mudryk could be this season, but glimpses is not enough to be starting, and it's really frustrating, If we can, I don't think we are going to sell him, but if we can sell him, try and recoup some money. It was a big investment, I think £60 million up front, plus another lot, I think, which rises to 80 million pounds with add-ons, but that's like if we win the Champions League, Premier League, that kind of stuff. So the £100 million talking point around Mykhailo Mudryk is just false. But if we are to sell him, then go after Kavica Kvaratskhelia or someone of that ilk, Rafael Leao, an actual decent left winger. We also have this coming in from the byline once again. Chelsea's aim compared to the Roman era, from what I'm hearing, is to just be competitive. It's to be a business that is churning out money every year. You are staying within your means and just making sure you stay relevant. But this is not going to work in the Premier League in this day and age, and the standard that Chelsea is used to having. Example used of Tampa Bay Rays, who were just purely data. Expectation is to compete rather than straight up win and have a lower payroll. Things that don't show up on spreadsheets and the computer models aren't considered. Terrible news if true regarding the future of Chelsea Football Club. Chelsea are not a club that is competitive. Chelsea are a club that other clubs need to be competitive against. We are him. we are the club that goes out and wins trophies and accepts nothing less, and that's exactly what we're turning into. We also have a goalkeeper update. This coming in from CFC Bayern. Chelsea are interested in signing Ajax goalkeeper Diant Ramaj. And I was actually looking at his FB ref rating not too long ago, actually. It's actually not too bad. Shots on target against, he's in the 87th percentile, saves 85th percentile, goals against is a bit low in the 15th percentile, but he's really high here for corner kicks goals against, so he's not conceding many goals from corners. Passes attempted by a goalkeeper, 43.78, so 97%, so he'd be one for building out from the back. And here we go here, post shot expected goals per shot on target. That's a mouthful. Basically it means higher numbers indicate that shots on target faced are more difficult to stop and more likely to score. He's in the 99th percentile, 0.36, so he's saving a lot of hard chances at Ajax, but I mean, is the goalkeeper issue really that big of a priority compared to the striker, the left back, and the centre back? I mean, if we can get him on the cheap, I wouldn't be against it. I think he'd bring a bit more to the side than Petrovic. But I think not Petrovic, then Sanchez. I think Petrovic has done enough to actually stay between the sticks at Chelsea Football Club. But again, it's another one for the scouts to come up with, and if they want to sign him, then I guess we're signing another goalkeeper. We also have this coming in from Mirror Football. Chelsea have been ordered to pay out up to £6.6 million to Brighton for two wonder kids. A tribunal decided that they must pay a fee of £1 million, raising to a potential £4.25 million for Shamira Mweka, 16 years old, and up to £2.1 million for a left-back, Zach Sturge, plus another £250,000 if the 19-year-old plays for England. That's coming in from Mirror Football. We also have this coming in from Record Portugal. Lots of interesting stuff going over in Portugal, especially with Chelsea scouts. Chelsea will have an official at the Lisbon derby between Sporting and Benfica tomorrow. Players who may be observed includes the likes of Victor Gyokeres, Gonçalo Inácio, Ousmane Diomande at Sporting, and João Neves and Antonio Silva at Benfica. Big fan of Antonio Silva. I think João Neves has been heavily linked to Manchester United. Ousmane Diomande apparently high on Chelsea's target list. Gonçalo Inácio, I actually did look at him during my centre-back video just before Axel Disasi was signed, and I didn't think he was terrible. I thought he was actually alright. And of course, Victor Gyokeres, 40 goals and assists all season. I think maybe more as of the time this video releases, but fantastic player, of course. Striker at Sporting, doing unbelievable things over there. And before I wrap up the video, I just want to cover this news here coming in from CFC Bayern, a big name from the channel, of course. Newcastle are interested in Julian Nagelsmann becoming their coach next season. Apparently Eddie Howe is in hot water at Newcastle and is somewhat expected to leave at the end of the season, and it looks like Newcastle are turning their heads turning their attention towards the current Germany coach, former Bayern Munich coach, former Leipzig coach, former Hoffenheim coach. Fantastic manager, Julian Nagelsmann. Very disappointed if he goes to Newcastle. Of course, I've been a big advocate for him to come to Chelsea. We are, of course, looking at Ruben Amorim, who you may say is a bit more decorated than Julian Nagelsmann in terms of what he's done at a lesser club. But I think out of the two, I'd have to go with Nagelsmann. But again, Ruben Amorim himself, a fantastic coach. But seeing Julian Nagelsmann in the Premier League and not in the Chelsea dugout will be painful to see. Of course, I've done a lot of research into him. I like him quite a lot, and I think he's a fantastic coach. But that about wraps up today's video. Again, Chelsea versus Leeds tonight. I hope you're all going to be watching that. I will certainly be watching that as well. As always, if you like the video, like, comment, and subscribe. I've been the Quick Take, and I'll catch you on the next one. See you later.